Yo, what's up? Welcome to the show, Mike G. Yes, in Tampa in the house, we got Grace Gillespie here. And Grace, where are you at right now, girl?
Right now, I am in Palm City, Florida.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, guys, we are here to talk about spirits tonight, and I'm not talking ghostly spirits. We're talking about those adult beverages. And Grace has just got one called Muscle Vodka, and we're going to talk about her journey to get there, but how she decided to get in the spirit world. We're going to figure it out. And so, Mike T, what you got, bro?
Man, you got first of all, you have a show in Tampa coming, don't you?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes. August 4th through 6th, I believe it is.
Ooh, I'm looking forward to that. What location? In downtown?
Yeah, it's going to be, I believe it's the Hilton, the Hilton.
Downtown. Yes,
Yeah,
yes. Awesome. There you go. You got to go, Vince.
Hey, Grace, so what's up, girl? We are going to be there and definitely going to come get some gear and do a test drive on, but you remember, be responsible with alcohol. We're going to do a test drive. Hey, so where are you originally from? Are you originally from Florida or are you from New York? Because you just told me you just flew in from New York and jumped on this podcast. So, like, where are you from originally?
I'm originally from Pittsburgh, but I've lived in Ohio for the last quite a few years and just literally moved to Florida about a year ago.
Man, you know you're from Coriopolis. I don't know why everybody say they're from Pittsburgh and no, they're from damn Coriopolis.
That's so funny. That's so true. Because I actually worked in Cranberry Township.
Yes. Hey, it is when it's like being from New Jersey and you know you're from Brooklyn. I don't know. I'm just joking. But hey, so let me ask you a question. You're all into this health and fitness, and we were looking at your website, and you had different things going on. And Mike, before we get started, hey Mike, throw her IG and her Twitter up there so people can see where, if they want to get in contact with her. So how did you get into fitness and then let me get this straight. Fitness, muscle, bodybuilding to vodka. How did you get there, Grace?
Okay, so I'll make a long story short. So literally, like, I compete and I do fitness competitions, and I own a gym and a juice bar back in Ohio. So I was like, training all my clients at, for shows and stuff. And everyone was texting me on the weekends. They're like, hey, I'm going to drink. Don't tell me not to. What's the best option? And I was always like, eat this, drink that, do this, don't do that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to create the best option. So I took 4 years and basically went to a chemist and I said, make this all happen for me. And I wanted the cleanest form of vodka, gluten-free, organic, no GMOs, sugar-free, carb-free, least amount of calories you could possibly get in a vodka, 32 times distilled, charcoal filtered, 100% corn from Florida. And it is the smoothest vodka you'll ever have. I won 3 of the biggest liquor stores in the world. One in California, one in New York, and one in Las Vegas.
Whoa. All right, so you said you competed. So my question, was it bikini or was it a full bodybuilding, or was it kind of in between fit and, competition? Because now it's evolved over the years. Bodybuilding was like, the Arnold Schwarzenegger, Mr. Olympia. Now there's like 900 different categories. There's NPC, there's just different IFBB. So there's just so many different categories. So kind of which one were you working in before you decided to become a spirit person?
It's NPC, IFBB, and then we did like everything. Like I did the very many moons ago, started out in the figure division and then went down to the bikini. And I've been in the bikini division since. This actually, if you can see on the back of my bottle, that's me. That's my competition.
That's right, very sexy. Hey, we have to call it when we see it, right, Mike?
Hey, I want to taste it. I'm trying to taste it.
So wait till you try it. You're gonna be like, oh my gosh.
So that means that I will not have a problem with a Moscow Mule, is what you're telling me.
Not at all.
All right. So now that you came down to Florida, how are you kind of marketing it? And you just told me you're up in New York. So tell us about your New York show and what you were doing in New York.
It was just a liquor show. It was called Bar Comment Brooklyn. So we were in Brooklyn for last 3 days and just flew there for the show and everything. And it was amazing. We had every single, liquor company. They had parties every night, of course. And it's funny because I don't know if you've ever been to a liquor show, but normally, if you go to a regular expo, they're like giving you samples of whatever they're sampling. Every single booth, imagine every booth you go to, they're like, here, sample this tequila, sample this rum, sample this vodka. By the time you're like at the end of the row, you're like 3 sheets to the wind. You're like, whoa.
See, Mike, there you go, Mike. You got an opportunity.
Man, I gotta go. I gotta go.
Wow. And then, I mean, like, it's so cool, but, you know, like, you get a little bit of everything, but you learn as you go. You just more or less, you know, when you're in my position and stuff, you go and you just talk about things, and you talk to distributors, you talk to, you know, different people in the industry. And then they, of course, have places that do like your cups and, you know, your bottles and different things for the company and stuff as well. But it was really cool. It was a big 3-day event, but yeah, my big distillery is in Tampa. And here's something interesting. In the next month, I will be having I'm opening up a muscle craft distillery. It's going to be called down in Stuart, Florida.
Wow! Congratulations! Yeah. All right. So, so then now that you got into this business, what have you? Let me ask you this: what's your background? So you went and said chemist. I'm like, okay. So what is your actual background prior to you going on this entrepreneurship?
So my whole life, I've been a personal trainer pretty much. Well, I mean, obviously, you know, like when you're younger, you know, I worked in retail stores and stuff in high school and everything. But outside of that, like immediately, like I went to, I was a personal trainer forever and still am. I do a lot of online training and things too, and meal planning. I'm a nutritionist. And, but I basically I'm a partner in a company in Cleveland. We import all Italian wines in all over the United States. And there's
whoa, slow down now. You said Italian wines. Now that's right up my alley because I go to Vicenza, I go to Venice all the time, and you know I like the north and the south and the central. They have different flavors. So so how did you get into bringing wine in? Because that is a great field to be in. So it just led you to go to vodka after messing around with wine a little bit.
No, that actually had nothing to do with it. But it was just a funny coincidence because like it all stemmed from there. So I was in that and I did, like the whole, and I still do that, but it's not like actively, I'm still a part of the company, but I don't actively do anything in that. And so I knew everything about alcohol. My like mostly my adult life, I've been in like the restaurant industry of some sort. I went to Penn State for HRIM, which is hotel, restaurant, and institutional management. So I love the field. I love people. I love being in the restaurant, bar industry. And it's just fun because there's never a dull moment. Every single day is different than the last. And you shake your head every day. It's like, wow, just everything.
Yeah, you can wonder how human beings can function sometimes after going. Nothing good happens after 10 o'clock at night, Mike. I just want you to know that.
And if it does, nobody knows about it. No, I'm kidding. So we do have, so I went from that. And then when I opened my gym and my juice bar, I actually have a juice bar here in Stuart, Florida as well. And that's where where my distillery is going to be. Yeah.
So let me ask this question, and I'm gonna pass it over to Mike. Is that you've really gravitated to a lot of different platforms. So as you've started this venture, what are some of the things you've learned that were good, and what are some of the things that you learned that that you're like, whoa, we won't do that again? So I know it's a challenge. So just give us kind of a down and dirty on some of the things that you've been endured since you started this venture.
One of my, I guess it's a good problem, but a good problem is I'm like, I used to be like ready, fire, aim, and I'm like excited about it. I'm like, let's go, let's get it done. And like as I've gotten more into got older and got wiser, you're like, okay, now I'm gonna ready, aim, fire, instead of going like straight forward, But it's a good thing, especially like because it takes out like all the weakness. And whenever you get the fear of failure out of your mind, like it doesn't matter. You learn. If you fail, so what? So do it. And I always, I am not afraid of anything. I mean, I'm a little bit afraid of snakes, but anything on that, like I can do whatever. And, like you just learn. If you can learn from other people's mistakes, that's even better. But you got to learn from your own mistakes. And another thing that was hard for me is delegating, because I love doing things. Like I'm like, why am I going to delegate this out when I know I can do it a million times better? Because you know what you want in your head. And you're like, okay, let's do this. But I know I can do it faster and I know what I want. So by the time I explain it to somebody how I want it done, I could already had it done. And that was another obstacle for me, was like, putting it out there and saying, okay, I'm delegating you to do this and you to do that. Because right now I have 350 ambassadors in the United States. So we're in 37 states and 14 countries online. So I do promos at any given weekend. I have like 7 promos going on somewhere or another.
Wow, that's interesting that you say that, and that you've kind of expanded your ambassador program, and so I guess you're either a Virgo or Leo, one of those fall kids, and then you have, and you're OCD, so it's hard to give anybody any power.
Yeah, and I just love it though. I eat, sleep, and breathe my company, and I also have a champagne as well. I don't know if you saw that one either.
No, tell us about it. No, we didn't know you had the French sparkling wine.
It's not French. It's actually made in California. That's why I can't call it champagne. So it's called Muscle Sparkling Wine.
Oh, that's right. Because there are rules on that. That is true.
It is so amazing. And I mean, like, you think about it, every human in the world that is competing in something, there's going to be a winner. So every winner, what do? They celebrate and they drink champagne. So hence, that's why I put this on there for like the winner. And my biggest thing is I honest to goodness created this one of the way that I did for me, because I love champagne and I love vodka. So both of these products is exactly like, I want to be able to drink and still, compete and still do things and have my photo shoots and stuff and not be worried about all the calories and all the stuff that it does you. You know what I mean? And so my champagne's similar to that.
Oh no, I mean it's all built on your character and who you are, and it defines all your hard work. Because Grace, really, you when you're looking at it, you've morphed a lot of things. So when you talk about your ambassador program, kind of give us a breakdown on what an ambassador is, what do they do, and then how they kind of promote your product.
So for example, if they'll go to do promos for me, and they'll do like any given time. So if I have a promo and someone comes to me and I'm like, okay, I have a big promo to do in, say, New Jersey, I just look at my all my ambassadors and I find somebody that's in New Jersey, and I'm like, okay, I need you to go here in Atlantic City for this weekend, and which one of all my ambassadors here can do this, and which one is available. And the first one that responds, usually since they're already an ambassador, okay, here's what you got to do, and boom. And they already have all the gear, they have the vodka, they have everything to go, because they've been part of the program. And I have some ambassadors that have been with me since day one.
So you're looking forward to the Tampa show? Everybody hear me, right? Very good.
I think it just cut a minute.
It cut off a little bit. Oh, I'm sorry, I talk too fast.
No, that's okay. I talk with my hands a lot too. I'm Italian. I can't stop.
Let me tell you, I'm from the Bronx, so I talk from I'm Dominican, but from the Bronx, but you was raised with a lot of Italians, so
See, there you go.
What a combination.
Right. Well, heck, I was just there this weekend. We went everywhere in New York City. We went down to Brooklyn. We went to everywhere. It was so cool. And we
so the question was though, the Tampa show, like, are you going to promote your vodka? Is it like a bodybuilding thing, or what kind of show is it?
Like one of my best show, like one of my favorite shows of the year. It's a Tim Gardner production show, and it's at Pro-Am, which means pro and amateur. So it's NPC IFBB, and you do so they do like a huge competition. It's 2 days: bodybuilding, figure fitness, bikini, and then so of course I'll have a booth there and have all our vodka there, and a couple of our ambassadors. And then the day after, on Sunday, which hopefully you guys can make it, we do a big muscle vodka after pool party, and it starts at noon and it goes like all afternoon. And we've done this for I think it's 5 years, and it's insane how amazing. It's just so fun. And we have a DJ, it's by the pool, and everybody usually stays an extra night, doesn't leave out until Monday because of the party every year. It's so fun.
Oh, okay. So do we get an invite?
Yes, we do. Yes. And it's just, you'll love it. It's just so fun.
I'll love it, because I'm a person who likes to go out and socialize. So get to Vince, and Vince needs to relay the message to me. Okay.
There we go. Well, I have your email now.
He thinks I hold out on him. Something's wrong with Mike. I hope Mike don't mind. Hey, so you were talking about. Funny is, 2 of the people that I work out in the gym with at 24-hour works in the morning, they're actually getting ready for that competition. So you just gave me the dates for the competition they're getting ready for. There's 2 females that work out every morning at 4 a.m. getting ready, and they are shredded. So I'm like, man, they're gonna get busy when they go to that competition. So tomorrow morning when I talk to their trainer, I'm gonna say, hey man, I'm the most Vodka lady who's actually coming for the event. So that's good. That'd be a good one. Hey, so let me ask you this: what advice do you give anybody that wants to pursue doing something that is uncomfortable or that's out of the norm?
I would say, you know what, and that's kind of like what I touched on earlier. Like, if you have any fear, like fear is the like biggest culprit of like failure, because you can't even, people are afraid of failure, and that's where the fear comes in. I always say you can't have fear and faith, right? So if you have faith that that you're gonna make it happen, that you're gonna do it, and you just can't fail. You'll make mistakes along the way, but if you have your game plan mapped out for you and everything, there's no reason to be fearful. I mean, we're only on earth so many days and years, and months, so might as well just go for it all.
All right, so we got your website. Mike's pushing your website out. Hey, you got your lounge. Let's talk about your podcast lounge, because we were watching a couple of them and Mike was bringing them up. So you have a lot of fun with that, and I like that. So that's a great way to promote. So so how do you get the setup? Is it like somewhere locally? Do you have a studio? So what do you do what do you put on your podcast lounge?
That was my old gym. So my gym in Ohio, that was I did it there. I had a huge room in back, and it was just insane. It was like a really cool big gym, but I had like the back was as big as the front, and in the back is where like I would have like the Muscle Vodka lounge. I had parties. I do all my Christmas parties there. We would have a blast in my office. I would do it sometimes in my office because I had the big shebang set up. My puppies would always be there. My dogs, they're my little mascots.
Oh, so what kind of dogs you got?
They're 2 Black Lab Shepherd mix. They're rescues.
Oh, awesome. Good choices.
Yes. I'm surprised they haven't been over here saying hey already.
That's all right. We always have dogs come on the show. They're cool. I'm cool. But Mike, he doesn't own any dogs, so he's not an animal person.
What?
I'm an animal myself, so I don't need a whole bunch of more animals.
That's a first.
It's always a first.
That's great.
Oh, so as you going forward with this, and you're looking at what are you trying to accomplish in the end? Are you trying to mass distribution?
Yeah, I mean, like it's like you don't want to grow. Like another issue I was having, I was growing too fast, which is it's a good problem, but it's still a problem. I was growing faster than I can get it out there. You know what I mean? Like when I first started, I launched my company in 2017, and I launched it at Mr. Olympia, the bodybuilding show in Vegas, and I launched it right like 2 months after I came out. That's where I really launched it and like really told everyone about it. And thank God it just blew up after that. Well, it blew up so fast that the distribution part was where it was tough in the beginning. So now I guess one of the biggest things is like you don't want to grow. Sometimes you can grow too fast, and so I had to hold it back a little bit, and then it just like blew up, and then I created my sanitizer, obviously, during the pandemic, and,
Right.
And then so I have muscle sanitizer, and then I had my champagne come out 2 years ago, and my distillery now will have I can't tell you, but it's going to be revealed in the next couple months. Something else coming out,
exclusive, as Mike would say.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and actually I'll be able to talk about it at the Tampa Pro.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be there, bitch.
You better.
Hey, Grace, one thing I really like about it is that you've tied and you touched on a couple things about health. And then you've talked about, still being able to drink in moderation. And I think there's where, there's this big conflict all the time is where, you can drink in moderation, but you can still be a healthy person. So how do you, when people try to throw that at you, how do you kind of navigate that conversation?
Well, the thing is, like anything, anything you do in life, you look for the better option, especially like when you're in the health and fitness industry. Like me personally, if you ask any human that knows me, I haven't had sugar except for wine, champagne, or fruit in 17 years. I never deviate. From anything. Like I eat super, super clean all the time. And And I think everything in life is about moderation. I'm not saying there's wrong with having cheat meals and, cheat days or whatnot, but as long as you do something good more than you do something bad, that's whenever it becomes a problem. You know what I mean? That's when it is not a problem.
Oh no, no, absolutely. Because I'm a creature of habit. So like 4 a.m. I have to go to the gym and work out and then I have to, and I try to make sure I do prep meals and all that during the week. But then again, I still like my Kentucky mules and I still like my Moscow mules, but I do them in such moderation, is because I know just the carbs. But I'll have to go to Total Wine now and pick up a bottle of Muscle Vodka. So since it's better than Tito's from what I could hear right now with the clean ingredients.
Heck yeah. Oh yeah. And that's what I say too. Like, that's why I created Muscle Vodka and the champagne, is because it is the better option. There's like, if you are going to drink, this is your best option. If you are going to do champagne, that's your best option. And, like, it has the least amount of calories. It has, like the least of everything in it.
Okay. Well, I told you, Vince. It's okay to drink a little vodka. It's okay, Vince. No, it looks good. The design looks good and everything like that. And and the way you mix everything with health and drinking, it's dope. Because some people, I don't mind working out. I try to work out, not like Vince at 4 a.m, but nah. But I like to have a drink afterwards, and that's good. Some people don't. You can't work out and drink at the same time, but you broke that mold. You broke that boundary, and that's great. That's dynamic. Very good. Good work.
Workout.
Yeah, you got to keep maintaining. So going forward, if you're going to try to distribute overseas, or you guys are staying stateside?
No, I already have some talks in India and a couple other places right now. So India is probably going to be the next country I go into. Like,
okay. That's sweet. Getting overseas and getting that international market going, girl. I ain't mad at you.
Well,
Yep.
I didn't even know they drank vodka in India.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people say. A lot of people are like, "Oh, I thought, I didn't know that," but yeah, they do.
All right, so I see your gear and your merch. So hey, throw it up again, Mike. And so anybody that wants to get involved and check your website out and they want to get some of this cool merch, it's online. And I love your design on all the stuff that you got on there, and and kick it, because it will make a difference. So we know you're coming to Tampa. We know you got some new stuff coming out. All right, so are there any nonprofits or anything that you support other than when you're not doing everything else to save the world and making good vodka and helping out with muscle building? Do you mentor other bodybuilders with anything? Because since we came out of COVID, a lot of people have dealt with mental stress. So do you help anybody other than, bodybuilders kind of navigate life since, COVID's been over?
Yeah, I'm actually a life coach too. If you go under gracegillespie.com, it's all about life coaching, and I do I have 4 books out. I have a motivational book, like how to get your mind to the body of your dreams in 30 days, like mentally prepare yourself to get the body of your dreams. And I also have another book out, how to go grocery shopping and read labels, and another healthy cocktail book, and a regular healthy cookbook.
See, hey, actually we bring it up and look at it, just, hey, just ow. So if somebody wants to set up and say, I need a personal trainer virtually, I need to get in contact with you, is the best place to get in contact with you your website, or do they go to your Instagram, or do they go to your Facebook, or do they go to, I don't know, are you on TikTok?
I have it all. I have every single thing. I have Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. I do also, my virtual training is fitnessbygrace.com or .net. And so I do that there, but everything links back to Muscle Vodka. So you can link everything from there. So if anyone goes on my musclevodka.net, it is, you can get into my personal training. You can get into my life coaching and everything from there.
All right. So is there a newsletter assigned to that website?
It's just musclevodka.net. And then
okay,
on there.
All right, because one thing about it is everybody wants to subscribe. No, hey, Grace, you've been awesome. Mike, what do you got for Grace, man, before we roll up out of here, brother?
Grace, you're a woman with many talents, I have to say. And I hope to get to see you in Tampa, meet you personally. This has been a great show. You have good quality stuff. Can't wait to taste your vodka, because I like vodka, tequila. I just like to drink a little here and there. And honestly, it's dynamic. Keep it going. I gotta give you mad props. Nice.
All right, so Grace, you gave out some good advice about what people should do if they're going to pursue their dreams. So before you leave, what imprint do you want to leave on this earth before you leave?
Gosh, I just want to always say, don't have regrets. You know, like so many people go into things and they're like, they hold off. Okay, that's just a dream. Well, it doesn't have to be just a dream. It can be reality if you just make it happen and go after it and don't stop. You can make anything happen. Everything's possible.
And you just heard that from Grace. She is knocking it out. You just heard that from Grace. And hey, straight up, hey guys, if you're following your dreams, you have aspirations, you need to get after it. And as Nietzsche says, hey, chaos, we all live in chaos. You just manage your chaos and do something with it, and do something positive with it. And that's what Grace has done with her entire life. And then if you need her, she has a website up there. Mike, throw the website up before we roll up out of here. Booyah! Grace, it's been a pleasure. Much love to you, girl. And we'll see you in Tampa. And we got to do a selfie so we can post it. And with that being said, as me and Mike G always say, thank you for coming on the show and keep it rolling.
Cheers.